Hey everybody, I am back here in my overflow pantry or my stockpile pantry. This is where I keep all of the extra food that we use plus anything that we have stockpiled for the year to come. It is typically a place that I spend a lot of time in because I do have a pantry upstairs, but this pantry is all of the extra stuff. So like if I need another box of tea, here's my tea. If I need another oil or something like that, baking soda over there, this is where I come. So I'm sending kids down here. I have organized it in a way that I believe to work best with how I operate. And I do spend quite a bit of time down here, but the one time that I really spend a lot of time down here, well, there's two times. The first time is when I'm making my grocery list for the week. The second time is when the kids have brought things down here and I need to put it all away, which I showed you in my pantry tour, my last pantry tour. So today what I'm doing is I'm going through my weekly master list. I am trying to figure out what I need to restock shelves, but also what I need for the upcoming meal plan. So this is Thanksgiving week. So that means I grab my Thanksgiving menu planner. This is actually last year's, and this comes from my Thanksgiving holiday homeschool planner. I also have a Christmas one and included these menu planners, and I use this to plan out what we are having. And also, if you can see there, I'm not sure you can, but I show like when I'm starting things. It allows me to just go through and cross off as I go how I'm going to put together the entire meal. And so I have things like on Monday last year I shopped. We also unloaded the china cabinet and I made up the rolls. I chopped up the green peppers and onions for the corn casserole, and then I just kept working my way through all the way to Thursday, where I started the turkey at 8 a.m. I warmed the casseroles in the convection oven, and so on and so forth. I keep these year after year because they help me to plan for the next year, and I just tuck them away in my notebook where I keep my holiday homeschool planners. And that way I have them handy when I go to plan for the next year. And I've probably been keeping these now for, I don't know, 7-8 years. And so this is very, very handy for me. So I put together my Thanksgiving menu, and I also go ahead and put together, and this year I made a note in a notebook first. So let me grab that. So I put together a notebook. I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the reason I have all those days is because I'm going to have company all those days. So starting today, I have, some things like grocery shopping and making the cranberry sauce. We're trying a new cranberry sauce this year, so we made that already today. We have put together the corn casserole already, and it is in the refrigerator awaiting the oven. Come probably Thursday, I'll probably put that in. I do have a roaster, a convection oven that fits a 9x13 pan with handles, and I have a crock pot that will be used for the green bean casserole, and then my oven will have the corn casserole in it. And then on the stove top, I will have dressing that I'll be making. There are a few things we are leaving out this year. We're not doing mashed potatoes and gravy this year. I'm not going to do mac and cheese. I'll do the mac and cheese a couple of days later while we still have people here. I'm also not doing rolls. However, the next day, which is our decorating day for Christmas, I will go ahead and make some biscuits so that people can make sandwiches if they want to. But the kids kind of said they don't really care about the rolls for Thanksgiving. They feel like it just fills them up. And so I thought, well, I'll just make them the next day then, no big deal. Okay, so after I have my whole menu plan done for the week, and this works for any week, not just Thanksgiving. After I get that all put together, I then go through and line out, what food we need for that. And some things I already know I don't have. So for instance, we are having winter soup. I know I don't have the mixed vegetables for that, but I did know that I have the creamy potato soup in the bag. So I already have that ready. So I know I need the mixed vegetables, and I knew I needed to put that on the list. I also knew that I needed to put some sausage on the list as well. So I go through, I put those things on. Then I get out my master weekly grocery list, and I go through it, and I go through all of my pantries, my refrigerators, my freezers, my overflow and stockpile pantry, and I go through each and every item, which this is free on the blog. I'll put a link down in the description and you can see exactly what I'm shopping for. I also have added things. You can see there in the pin. I've added like guacamole and tzatziki over the years. I also, if you look up here, I have made this my 6-month stockpile list as well. And the way that I did that was that I put numbers beside some of these as to how much of each I'd like to have on hand. So I just took my master weekly grocery list and turned it into a 6-month stockpile list as well by doing that. But this is the list that I go through every single week when I go shopping. And I just take it along with me. I go into every place. I go here, I go upstairs, I go out to the garage where the 2 freezers and the refrigerator and freezer are. I look through the pantry in the kitchen. I look through the pantry in the laundry room. I look through the refrigerator and freezer in the kitchen. And I make sure that I have exactly what I need. And I mark that down on a list as I go. And then I transfer it to Google Keep. And that is what I've been using for my grocery list for years and years. I used to use Cozy, but I found that Google Keep was a lot handier. And so that's what I started using probably, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. So I transfer it in there. I go shop from Google Keep. My husband also has access to Google Keep, as does my daughter who still lives at home. And that way they can shop for me if I need them to, but it's all right there. Super easy to use, super easy to follow. They have boxes where I can check them off as I go. And it's just pretty seamless there. Okay, so I want to give you a for instance of how I am going through the things that I have in my pantry and using the list to inform me as to how much more I need to have. For instance, right here I have listed chocolate chips and butterscotch chips. Now I probably ought to have those chocolate chips separated into milk chocolate and semi-sweets, but I don't. And then I have butterscotch chips and I have a number next to them. And this is my stockpile. Like I said, I've got the 6-month stock up. This is what I would like to have on hand for about 6 months. Now, during this season, that's probably not quite enough, but I go over here and I see, ta-da, this is where I keep my chocolate chips. Also, my marshmallows are there. And then I am able to go through here and look and see how many I have. I mean, here, I only have 2 milk chocolate chips. So I am going to need to put that on my list. I'm also going to need to stock up a bit more on there. And look, I don't have, oh wait, I do. I have a secret stash of butterscotch chips. I didn't think I had any. See, it pays to move things. So I'm good on butterscotch chips, even though I thought I wasn't, because I came down here and I actually looked through it. Otherwise, you're just not going to know. It is really good to come down here, to lay eyes on exactly what you have, take stock, take inventory, know what you have before you go to the grocery store so that you don't just impulse buy because you thought you needed brown sugar, but you actually come home and you've got 4 bags of it. You don't need more brown sugar. Well, at least I don't need more brown sugar right now. I have enough. And if I came here and bought more, I'd be wasting my money. Now, my husband always says, you can buy more groceries because we're always going to eat them. And that is true. Unless it's produce that's going to go bad or something that's going to expire quickly, we are probably going to eat through it. However, on a weekly basis, I do not want to be spending a huge amount of money on groceries if I can help it. My grocery bill has already jumped by about $60, and that's every single week. So we are talking $240 extra. Back in the day, that would have been another grocery shop for me, another week's worth of groceries. So I'm actually spending an extra week worth of groceries every single month when I go to the store because of inflation. So I do want to be careful with what I'm buying, even when I am stocking up. Even though we're going to eat it, I still want to be careful every single week and stock a little bit at a time instead of trying to do it all at once and possibly blowing my grocery budget out of the water simply because I accidentally bought something I already had and didn't need more of. Okay, I know that was a really quick video and I kind of ran through things really quickly for you there. It's Thanksgiving week. I wanted to give myself and you guys a break as well. If there's something more you would like to know about how I do this process, feel free to ask me. I will do another video. I'll point you to a resource on the blog. Definitely go grab the Master Weekly Grocery List. You can turn that into a stock up list. Whatever you need it for, you can kind of just see what I'm buying. And some of that stuff is not all the time. It's going to seem like an inordinate amount of food when you first look at it. It's ideas. It's things to get you going in the direction that you need to go, your particular family, your particular circumstances. It's just ideas. And so it's not like a have-to list. Just go pick it up and figure out what you need for your family and how much you might need to actually stockpile as well. This is a good time of year to do that. There are some great sales right now because of the holidays. So stock up on those things and get them put away for a rainy day. This is my cat, Alice. She's not always been the friendliest cat, and she likes to come in here. And at one point in time, she would try to get into the pasta. We've put that up because of her. Yeah, I know. So Alice, yeah, say hello. She's had enough.